Interested?
Yes.
All right. Screen sharing, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for welcome. Rather, thank you से ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. Welcome to this session of webinar. This is in one of the series, and this is for the purpose of training you people, easing your work out in two things. Number one is Bloom's taxonomy. Number one is Bloom's taxonomy. And next one is, आज तो मैडम गड़बड़ हो गया मामला.
क्या हो गया?
साइड वाली स्क्रीन नहीं आ रही है. वो ये तो नीचे आ गई.
No, we can see you.
You can see but I can't. Okay, now it has come. ये रिकॉर्डिंग जो है ना गड़बड़ हो जाता है मामला. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this session on Bloom's in making question paper number one that will ease out your one. And this will work not only for your class test or terminal test, term test, what you call, or internal exam, home exam, but this will be helping you out for making question paper for the half yearly, which is a little bit tough, seems to be tough, and also for the purpose of making question paper in for annual exam. आपके पास सीबीएसई का एक इवैल्यूएशन शीट होता है over here where it is written which chapter is of how many marks. So if you go by that and prepare your question paper with this, then certainly you will be benefited too much. Now see, for example, now we start with this taxonomy system was given by Bloom's, and Bloom's, who was Bloom? Benjamin Bloom was an education scientist. He was an education scientist. यहाँ पे education में भी scientists होते हैं, researchers होते हैं, doctors होते हैं, and they keep on working for improving the system, the school teaching system, teachers को पढ़ाने का system. Next is Benjamin Bloom ने जो taxonomy दी, that was based on using verbs, whereas later on one of his students, that is Anderson, he used the same taxonomy using noun. Let us see only Benjamin's, because once you understand Benjamin's taxonomy, you see what it is actually. This is the important framework for teachers to use to focus on high order thinking. But the thing is that how to go straight to the high order. So first level, you try to find out the level of learning in the student. How much he knows, how much he learns, how much he has knowledge, the information. Then only you will be a take up. Let's say the lowest lots, that is low order thinking skills, are there from which a student starts from KG nursery. वहां से शुरू करते हैं, उसके पास information होनी चाहिए. The only thing is during the school we just teach them how to use words, which words are to be used and how they are to be used. Grammatically the words should be correct, and grammatically the comprehension should be correct. And that is, you might not be able to see my face because the light, the power cut, but my screen is visible. You may not be visible to me because you people, most of the people keep their videos off and go for the task. Certificate to milega. Now from lots, that is low order thinking skill, we work and focus on middle order thinking skills, that is mods. वहां तक पहुंचने के लिए और उसके बाद उसको हाई ऑर्डर थिंकिंग स्किल में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए वहां फोकस करना है. To do all these things, we need three things. Number one is designing, that is performance task. How to design the performance task, what type of performance you need to check. Then only you will be able to design your question paper. Next is After designing means which chapters you will be using in the first term. Then go a little bit further, crafting questions. That is this skill I will be letting you know today. And then providing feedback on student work, that is assessment. Assessment वाला हम webinar कल करेंगे. That is making rubrics of your question paper, because जो आपका term paper होता है, that is probably 1.5 hours, which means nearly 20 questions, 20, 25, 20, 25. बोर्ड में ज्यादा होते हैं, 30, 32 के करीब होते हैं. Then वो फीडबैक आपका कैसे होना चाहिए, सो दैट असेसमेंट इज ऑन दैट असेसमेंट यू विल बी रिपोर्टिंग what is the level of learning in the student. Now we come to the next one. It can be used as a culminating project, your system of making this question paper. And there are 6 levels in Bloom's taxonomy, Anderson taxonomy. The difference only is the use of verbs in Bloom's and noun in Anderson. No major difference. So to learn these things, that is Bloom's taxonomy in making question paper, you first must learn what are the 6 levels. From the lowest level, we start, that is knowledge, then comprehension, then application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. And for the purpose of learning by acronyms, you can learn K का से. Bloom's taxonomy क्या है? K का से. K for knowledge, C for comprehension, first A for application, second for analysis, and the last one, second last is synthesis, and then evaluation. So these are the 6 levels. Let us start with the first one, that is knowledge level. Now at the knowledge level, what exactly is to be done? What is required? You see, for the purpose of making question paper, this level tells you what are the keywords. Don't unmute yourself, please, because there will be disturbance for other people also. Please mute yourself if by chance, by mistake you have been. Keywords in these type of questions are who, what, why, when, omit, where, choose, find, select, and number of things. Match, name, relate, tell, recall. These are one word to maximum one sentence question, one sentence answers seeking. These type of questions seek only one word or maximum one sentence. What is rainbow? Where is Nagaland? When did first war of independence happen? Who was Napoleon? How did the war of independence started? So these type of questions. What is the name of your father? Next is इनका assessment कैसा होता है? You give question like match character names with the pictures of the characters, which means you show a picture and then near each character you draw a blank circle. Give them a story, and out of that story, written story on the blackboard on the screen. And then this worksheet is there. Match character names with the picture of the character. Match statement with the character who said them. Arrange a scrambled story picture or scrambled story sequence sentences in sequential order. So these type of questions have to be put in for the purpose of assessment. God bless. आ गई. Otherwise, it goes for an hour. Next one is comprehension. K ka se mein K, then C, then A, then A. So this is about C. Now this is second level, a little bit higher. They may come up to maximum 3 sentences, not one word, one sentence to 3 sentences. And the keywords that you can use for preparing or making designing your question paper, these type of question paper, these type of questions are: compare animal cell with plant cell. Simple. So if this is of 1 mark, they will give one difference. If this is of 2 marks, they you will give two comparisons between the animals and plants. I don't know why these people open unmute कर देते हैं मैम. I will not allow. These type of questions are on the basis of these keywords. What is the main idea of which statement supports, which means 1 sentence to 3 sentences? What is meant by osmosis? If this is 1 mark, osmosis is the percolation of solvent from low density to high density. Simple. If this is 2 words, then they can make a diagram also. If this is 3 marks, they can mark up the different components of the diagram. This is solvent side, this is solute side, midway, parchment paper. That's all. Now, questions or right assessment. Interpret picture of a scene of scenes from the story or art print. आपने एक डायग्राम दिखा दिया, एक इमेज दिखा दी, एक पिक्चर दिखा दी, and then you are asking them interpret pictures of scene from the story. Interpret भी हो सकता है. You can say or create a story out of the picture shown to you. Explain selected ideas or parts from the story in your own words. Discuss right from the beginning till middle age. How was Amitabh Bachchan? छोटी सी story, उसकी life story दे दी. Anybody you can create. I don't know much about this syllabus because for last 10 years I am only in training. Then you give a story and give them comprehension time. Predict what could happen next in this story. Construct a pictorial timeline that summarizes what happens in the story. So these type of questions you can create, design for the purpose of exam. The next one is application. Now, first 2 things if they know very well, that is, first is knowledge, they get proper information, and number two, they get a right way of comprehension, rightful grammar, rightful sentence making. If they know about it, then they can go for these type of application of these 2 things. And hence how अभी हमने पहले भी यूज किया था compare, or what is the difference between animal cell and plant cell. Now you apply that knowledge. How would you solve dash or means equation दे दिया आपने or something using what you have learned. Linear equation, quadratic equation दे दी उनको. How would you solve? How would you solve the problem of environment in your neighborhood from what you have learned from what is the current topic about environment? how you can contribute to this. Climate change क्या होता है? What is climate change? How it happens? What other way would you plan to reach Delhi if there is a no train? So what type of questions? This is application. Classify the characters as humans, animals, or things. That means other object which cannot be classified as either humans or animals. Give them a story. प्रेमचंद का एक उपन्यास, दो बहनों की जोड़ी और नमक का दारोगा. What happens if that same scene is created nowadays? उस समय भी रिश्वत का की बातें होती थी. दारोगा साहब के पिताजी ने उनको कुछ देने की कोशिश करी, रिलेशन की दुआई दी, नहीं, उन्होंने कहा आई एम ऑन ड्यूटी और इस समय मेरे को अपनी ड्यूटी कर. उस समय भी चलती थी, लेकिन what would have happened if this would have transferred, that scene would have been created nowadays in the present millennium, right? What meal would you give to Sudama if he comes in your real life? वो कृष्ण जी वाले सुदामा थे. What type of meal would you prepare if he comes on earth? Let them be creative. देखिए 21st century की first skill जो है, that is creative thinking. And these type of questions with this application, you can invoke, or you can rather motivate the students to go for critical thinking. आया ये तो हमने सोचा ही नहीं. If he comes nowadays, in the present time, what would happen? To give example of the people the student know who have the same problem as the character in the story. Real problem. Next level is analysis. Just give me 10 seconds. Ah. Now this is analysis. You see, in simple words, in English language, the analysis means breaking the thing, object, example, to examine or break information into parts for the purpose of identifying how it was created, what caused to create, and then make inference. What are the different parts? अभी इसमें आ जाएगा. देखिए, आप कहेंगे ये नॉलेज लेवल का है, but this is analysis. What are the different parts of a car or a cab? So they will go, body is there, tires are there, tube is there, iron is used, steel is used, steering is there, seats are there, number of things they will, and you will be rather surprised to know that most of them will give you certain words which you might not also be knowing. Leg space क्या होती है? They will tell you. Accelerator है, brake है. Then third thing is, what is the third thing which is, अभी आप इसमें ये देंगे. What is the third instrument which is fixed in a car except the brake and accelerator? The other two part देखिए उसको, and then you give them what is the motive of Sunny Deol to go to Pakistan? How would you categorize? How would you categorize different type of meals the pupil, the students bring to their classes, have in their lunch, have in their breakfast? How would you categorize the given foods? Make a list of 5, 10, 20 food items. Regular meal, junk meal, oily, oven, number of clues you can give, and then on the basis of classify them. That is analysis. How do you categorize them? Now, assessment के लिए मैंने अभी बताया आपको example. Give them a story, selected part. Full story is there. Select part of the story which is funny, which is sad, which is happiest, and most unbelievable also. In the given story, differentiate between the fact from opinion. This is a fact, which means it is true for you, true for me, true for everybody. These are the examples. Give the example of consecutive numbers. थर्ड फोर्थ में पढ़ाना शुरू कर देते हैं. So analysis के लिए, what are the factors of number 45? So they break down 45, analyze them. 5 nines are 45. 5 cannot be broken, but 9 can be broken. 3 into 3. So there are only two factors, 5 and 3. These are the things you can put in front of. What are the different rooms called in a flat or in a bungalow or in any or a palace even, in a hotel even? Give them, they will analyze. Next is synthesis. Now the thing is that up to this level, up to fourth level, they know four things. Knowledge, they know. Comprehension, they know. Application, they know. Analysis, also they know. They can break down the information into different parts and analyze. Now, compile information together in different ways. The same type of a story with the same type of character type. I'm not saying same characters, not same story, same type of story. Or create a funny story out of the given situation that you are riding a bike in a crowded place. Create a funny story of not more than 100 words. Class 6, 7, 8, you can give it. So they can synthesize. What would happen if you were traveling in a car in the crowded place or crowded market? Then what exactly is the conclusion? What way would you design a car? जब उसने analysis कर ली, he knows different type, and still you say, you see yourself कि हम कहाँ से शुरू किए थे. मारुति, सिंपल कार, उसके बाद डिलक्स आई, उसके बाद वेरिएंट आते जा रहे हैं, and till today there are variants because they keep on researching and improving. I am just requesting chat में मेरे को सिर्फ 7 दिखाई दे रहे हैं. Just write P for the purpose if you want. If you want a certificate or your name, I will see how many P's are there. The certificate will be sent to them only. So please write P in the chat box. I am giving you 30 seconds. It's not more than that required. Yes, one has come. Yes, immediately 30 seconds is more than sufficient for you people to get a certificate. Because this is not a free shop key you pay and you get certificate. Unless and until you attend, it will not be a fun for me and painful rather to me to give you certificate. Or anybody who is not present, certainly not. Keep on writing P in the chat box. 30 minutes, 30 seconds. 21 7 were there earlier, so 14 P's have come. P for present. Don't write anything else. All right, we move further now. What will be the analysis of, what will be the assessment of synthesis? Creative, एक टाइटल दिया है, उसके ऊपर you have given them a story also. They have learned. Knowledge उनको हो गई है what the story is. Now, नमक का दारोगा आपने बताई थी. Create a story नमक का दारोगा in present time. Just title. Create a story from that in the present day society. What type of responses the people will get if they were there in place of Daroga's father. Compare and perform a dialogue or monologue that will communicate the thoughts of the main character or characters at the given point in the story. You just give them a story, show them a clip of video, 3, 4, 5 minutes. At that particular point, you show them once or twice. Then you run third time for the purpose of assessment, synthesis के लिए एक particular time पे रोक दीजिए. इससे पहले की story, इसके बाद की story. Now you create the pre-part, that is prelude to this particular point, and then conclusion to this particular point. So create a story from the title. Use your imagination to draw a picture about this story. Imagine that you are the main character. What would be your response? हम जनरली हमारे टाइम में भी होता था, जब डिस्कशंस होते थे, क्रिएटिविटी देखी जाती थी, उस समय भी होती थी, बट देयर वाज नॉट much emphasis in the syllabus because slowly and slowly the teachers turned over as the information transfer officer. I will get the information from the book back at home, bring it to the school, sit in the staff room also, open the same chapter which I am going to teach. And after this, no creativity. Slowly and slowly, this creativity went into the trash. And now we are emphasizing 21st century learning skill. सोच लीजिए आप, घर में भी करिए, अपने बच्चों के साथ कीजिए. संडे को यार पकौड़े खाने चाहिए. पकौड़े कब खाते हैं? क्रिएट स्टोरी, उसी को थीम को लेके. आज सवेरे से बारिश हो रही थी, मौसम ठंडा था, कुछ गर्म खाने का मन कर रहा था. कुछ लोगों ने हमारे घर में बोला ये खाएंगे, कुछ लोगों ने वो खाएंगे. फिर मैंने एकदम से बोला कि मामा पकौड़े बनाइए. एंड एवरीबॉडी वाज हैप्पी. हाँ यार, ये तो हमने सोचा ही, चलो पकौड़े खाएंगे आज. एंड एवरीबody agreed to that. You see for yourself, 7 people were there right in the beginning. 7 uh, statements were there, or good morning, good evening, whatsoever it was there in the chat box. And now far is even me telling you, write P in the chat box to mark your presence. There are 25, which means only 18 people are present in this webinar at present. Yeah, yeah, this is conclusion. This is synthesis. Right from the beginning. Midway, I gave you one statement. Write P. And then now, midway, we are just only 2 more slides. And then we come to the conclusion. I come to the conclusion before conclusion of this webinar session that there are only 18 people who are at present in this webinar. At this moment, when my time is showing, the clock is showing 7 o'clock. To see for yourself. They are coming, marking their attendance, not marking because they might not have heard what I am saying, because they are not present physically. यहाँ पर मोबाइल में Zoom में किया and they are there. This is my analysis of the situation. Now the last one is evaluation. 6th. This is the last one. Evaluation means award, evaluate, dispute, judge, justify, explain, which means you are evaluating in your words what exactly you got in the first 5 steps, specifically the analysis and then synthesis. Analysis और synthesis ये दो स्टेप आपके पहले तीन फर्स्ट थ्री इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर फोर्थ एंड फिफ्थ. First analysis, then synthesis, and these two are most important for evaluation. What would have happened if Mangal Pandey would not have revolted against the use of animal fat in the bullets? Simple. अभी आपको evaluation करना, the same situation. Some may come up with the answer that there would not have been any mutiny. We would not have been free or independent now. The third one will say there would have come up another chap who might have revolted on the same issue or a different issue. But we were destined to be free on 15th of August 1947, and that is why it happened. How would you rate a movie? How many movies have you seen in last 1 year? Make a list. How would you rate each one of them on 5-point scale? Come up after that, evaluate कर रहे हैं. So on their basis, बजरंगी भाईजान 1, OMG Part 2 2, गदर 2 3, और 2-3 मूवी का नाम आप दे दीजिए. नहीं देखी तो देख लो, बट डोंट इंसिस्ट. कौन कौन से पिक्चर आपने देखी पहले लिस्ट, उसमें से बेस्ट 3 निकालो इस स्केल पे. दैट इज इवैल्यूएशन, and that way you will come up with one particular thing कि what are the basic interests of the students, or a particular student he he learns, or rather he likes violence, he likes love, he likes care, he is empathetic. What? Then you come up with the last slide, that is assessment. Which part of Bajrangi Bhaijaan you like the most? And if given a chance, with whom you would like to spend a day and why? Most of them will give you the answer, Salman Khan. But why? Decide if the story really could have happened and justify the reasons for the decision of Salman Khan to go across the border. That depends upon they analyze, they synthesize, and then they evaluate. Yes, if what would you have done if you were in the place of Salman Khan? अगर आप उसकी जगह होते तो क्या करते? Let them be creative and let them bring out their own feelings. If such a situation comes to me in my life, what would I do in such a young age? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is my presentation for use of blooms in making question paper. Now I will stop sharing, and if anybody is interested to ask something, you just unmute yourself. I will unmute everybody, but please, not for the purpose of disturbing the session. Now you can unmute yourself and let me know your things, your doubts, your suggestions, your clarifications. If you want something, you are most welcome. If we start once, we can say, yes, there are certain people who are really interested in this and who are really learning something out of it. If there are any questions, because there can never be a lesson without learning. Now come up, unmute yourself, and come up with the questions. Over here, I can see there are 50 people present. I have got two screens and there are 50%, 50 people present here. Zeenat ji, good evening. आपके यहाँ तो मेरे ख्याल से मैडम, हाउ डू यू प्रोनाउंस योर सरनेम? दुधिया वाला?
जी सर, दुधिया वाला।
हाँ, मैं यही सोच रहा था कि मेरा कहीं गलत ना हो जाए, बट let me also get something new because this surname I have come across for the first time in my life.
Yes sir.
You are from ISM, no?
Yes sir, I'm from ISM.
अभी ISM में मेरे ख्याल से might be 5:30.
स्कूल में yes sir, अभी यहाँ पे 5:30 हुए हैं.
You are still in school?
No, in Muscat, I mean in Oman, it is almost 5:45 now.
5:45. हाँ, 5. मेरे को किसी ने बताया था there is a difference of 1.5 hours. And this is great that 5:45 you are sitting in school. You are
I'm not
supposed.
in school. I'm not in school. I'm at home.
That's good. Everybody is back at home, no? And you have been provided accommodation over there.
No, sir. My husband is working here, so we have our own place.
Out of the campus. Is this a residential school?
No, sir. It's not a residential.
So everybody is living outside the campus. And your school hours are?
School hours are from early morning 7 till 1.
So if it is 7 o'clock at your place, in my place,
it will be at 8:30.
8:30. This
India.
is called 1.5 hours.
Yes.
Till 1, which means 2:30 over here. 2:30 you are off.
Yes.
And then after which you go back to your places.
Yes.
Great, ma'am. Great service to humanity. You people. I don't know, you belong to Muscat only or you belong to Hyderabad or India?
No, sir. I'm from Gujarat. I hail from Gujarat.
Oh yeah, I forgot your surname. You people are serving in a foreign land. That is not for money, but you are doing a great job. And what is
So
the
we're working with Indian school. So it is Indian school Muscat.
Indian school Muscat? And the students are from everywhere, not only
No,
Indians.
sir, from India only. Mostly are from India. There are only few students because this is under the ministry, embassy of
This is
India.
what I am saying. This is another way of serving the country. देशभक्ति के लिए मातृभूमि जरूरत नहीं है, देशभक्ति के लिए कहीं भी आप कर सकते हैं. You are doing this. This is a great service for the Indian people in the foreign land. सिलेबस आपका CBSE का है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's great.
CBSE.
चलिए मैं देखता हूँ कोई और किसी ने आपको सब समझ में आ रहा है. So I will just sum up.
Yes, sir, it is clear. And the previous one that also I attended, the Curious Child one, was also very interesting. I will tell you.
Anecdotal records.
I did not attend that one.
No. You attended the last one.
Yeah. Curious Child one.
Curious. Madam, there is a research. There is my lot of what you call research in preparing this. My experience also contributed to create these things. And it is coming out from my heart. Really, I am telling you. And this, just only last week, on 12th, I repeated this one. I am now repeating because you people were not there. Could not be accommodated in the first group. First group में entry जो है, it was 125. Chalo, great. Keep doing good work. Anybody else would like to speak something? Or I am ending this. Now there are 30.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Smita ji,
Hello, sir.
bataiye. Yes, Smita ji. Come up.
Can you describe again one more time that synthesis?
Madam,
That rubric.
synthesis is just opposite of analysis. Analysis means
Okay.
breaking down into parts. And synthesis means bringing everything together. How would you make a veg biryani? First, you take different type of vegetables, slice them, fry them, put some condiments, some spices, and then put boiled rice and stir them properly. And here is the veg biryani. This is synthesis, means creating. Whenever you create something, it is synthesis. Got the point?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
My pleasure, ma'am. My pleasure. Anybody else?
Sir, I want to ask a question. I'm Jyoti.
Yes, Jyoti ji.
This seminar is excellent. We have already done our beard and understood things, but then this is again, kind of a recapitulation for us. Thank you so much.
Madam,
I would like to.
tell me. Sorry.
I just wanted to know what would be the ideal percentage of all the ingredients, that is analysis, synthesis, evaluation, understanding.
These are, madam, I am telling you, to go from lots to hots. Low order thinking skill to middle order thinking skill to high order thinking skill. CBSE is not giving any scale which is high order thinking skill, which gives you application.
Right.
That is the highest order. In the lowest order, in junior class 3, class 4, recall. They can recall the information.
Right.
Recite a poem. Tell me the table of 7. Now synthesis इसके just opposite. Comprehension तो आपने सुन लिया. It is just अभी इन्होंने पूछा था कि what exactly is synthesis? What will be the sum or product of two numbers when the answer is 4? What is the number? Whose sum is also 4 and multiplication is also 4. Find out.
2. Yeah.
This, how do we know this? Because we have practiced it. We know it.
Exactly.
But third or fourth class के student को आप पूछेंगे, certainly they will have to. जहाँ equation की बात हम सिखाना शुरू करते हैं 6th class में, over there. But how would you come to the conclusion? Right? X plus X is equal to 2. X into X is equal to 2. X into X is X square. And X plus X is 2X. Now you follow the equation system, you will come to the number 2. We spoke.
Thank you.
We spoke 2 because we know. For we people, that is information. That is knowledge.
Correct.
Because we are now on the high order thinking. We are high order thinking people. बारिश हो रही है. You have to go to school. What would you do if your scooty punches and it is raining heavily? बताइए क्या करेंगे? घर में कार भी नहीं है अभी. पापा ने जाना ड्यूटी, भैया ने जाना ड्यूटी. बोलिए ज्योति जी क्या करेंगे? So you will imagine.
Yeah.
You will not take the public transport. You cannot. So book an Ola. अभी आज के टाइम यही सिचुएशन अब से 10 साल पहले होती then. So in the different
you will take
situations,
a public transport. Right.
But we will cover up with the raincoat or something like this. So we will create depending on the different situations. Got it?
Yeah,
Anybody?
thank you so much, sir.
My pleasure, please.
Excuse
Yes.
me,
Speak.
sir.
Yeah, come up.
Sir, I want to ask. Very good evening, sir.
Archana ji, good
Suppose a child fails in exam.
Failed.
A child failed in exam.
Hmm.
So do we have to recreate the question paper for them?
Yes, you
For
redesign
such
your
children?
question. I ask,
Sorry?
you have to redesign the question.
Yes, sir. I'm doing that. But actually, I want the confirmation from your end as well.
No. You have to redesign the question.
Yes, sir.
Just say, for example, for the purpose of coming light, what is the name of your father? Or number two, who is your father? Who is the husband of your mother? Answer will be one. You have to come down to such a level when the student learns, understands your question, what exactly has to be given the answer. एक question, एक funny situation. The teacher asks the student, what is your age? कि my age is 10 years. And what is your father's age? कि his age, my father's age is 10 years. The teacher was taken aback. How come it is? कि because he became father only when I was born. Now tell me what is wrong in the answer.
No, pretty right.
There is nothing wrong
Yes, sir.
as far as logic is concerned. So what you
Yes.
can say, now you redesign what is the biological age of your father. Got it?
Yes, sir.
पहले वो funny situation थी, उसका answer correct था. But now it has been redesigned so that he thinks, my father's age is 29. Now it is okay. Or rather 31. 21 से तो पहले marriage भी नहीं होती. Now anybody else would like to come up with any doubts?
Thank you. Thank
My
you, sir.
pleasure, my pleasure, ma'am, my pleasure. Anybody would like to ask
Sir,
anything?
I
Zia
want
ji?
to ask, sir, when we are asking analysis or synthesis kind of questions, they can be very personal. Everybody's opinion can differ.
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah.
So how would we grade these type of questions?
Which means your evaluation of blueprint should be based on the logical answers. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Logical responses. What sun rises in the east? This is my favorite example. Which direction? How would you know the north if you don't have a campus in your hands and you are in a village? And there are clouds. You don't have campus. How would you find out? There is only one temple in the village. Otherwise, people are living over there. How would you find? So give them information first. If you go to temple, if you go to sort of a graveyard, in the temple, Shivling is always facing north. Always. शिवलिंग जहां भी स्थापित होगा उसका गोलार्ध जो होता है जहां पे हम जल चढ़ाते हैं और पानी निकल के आ जाता है that sort of peak, it is round and then like this, so that part always faces north. Go for that.
Okay. Yes, sir. No, sir, I was asking when we are asking them questions like based on their character description or what they think they should do, those kind of questions, which the answers can be, they will be very different from one from the other.
That is
So
right.
how can we, grade that kind of answers?
Which means कि you have to keep all other options open. Every option open. This is what I gave you the answer. Question one, कि नमक का दर होगा कि if the inspector would have come in the present time, how would he have reacted? Or what would you do if you were in his place?
Yes, sir. That how we can,
That way,
because we might not agree as a teacher. We might
might
not
not
agree to the thing, but
Very right.
from the child's point of view, it can be right.
But that can be his mentality also that you can come to know.
Yes, sir. But how do we grade that?
I will not
As-
grading मैडम ये आपका इवैल्यूएशन होना चाहिए. अभी मैं आपको rubrics बताऊंगा. In that you will come to know how do we assess different type of answers.
Okay. Okay,
Got the
sir.
thing?
Thank you. Yes, sir.
So this is almost 50 minutes session. Anybody else would like to raise any doubt? Please come up. Or else you can write it in the group or give me a personal trouble. I am not troubled at all. I will be always be happy to help you out and certainly give you some solution. Right? So, okay, over here now, I will end up my session. Have a nice dinner and a nice sleep thereafter.